Hey guys, I know it's been a hot minute before I have uploaded anything, and it's been like 2-3 months. Sorry about that. So since the last video that since the time passed between the last video that I edited and right now, the second book in the Aurora Rising series came out, and it's called Aurora Burning. I really didn't plan on reviewing this book or reviewing one book right after its predecessor, but it just so happened that way that I actually had a lot to say about this book, even though I really didn't particularly like it. If you don't know already, Aurora Rising and Aurora Burning are centered around this huge science fiction fantasy world. They're in space, they're flying in space with spaceships, and they blast other people. There are alien races, a huge convoluted plan of an alien race trying to infect and take over the universe. And that is what Aurora Burning and Aurora Rising is about. Now, Aurora Rising wasn't terrible compared to its sequel. I think I enjoyed the first book way more than I enjoyed the second book, even though the first book was completely wasted on me because I just hated the unnecessary female-female jealousy between Kat and Aurora, even though we find out pretty early on, I feel like, that Aurora had zero interest in Tyler because her fated one, her Bishmal or something, is Cal. And Cal does not let you forget that in the second book. He will continue to call Aurora that for the entirety of the sequel. And it gets kind of annoying really fast. Now, I want to bring to attention that the character on the cover of Aurora Rising is Aurora, and the person on the cover of Aurora Burning is Cal. And unsurprisingly, the second book is just completely centered around Aurora and Cal. The rest of the crew members are just side characters. They're just there most of the time. It's just I guess they provide support sometimes, but it is very clear this book series is very much about Aurora and Cal. Now, if they are your favorite characters, this isn't a bad thing at all. We flush out a lot of what Cal is going through because we have an introduction to a new character, and it's his sister, and they are not on the best of terms. I do quite like his dynamic with his family, and some of the parts where the book really shone was when we talk about aspects of the world, or we talk aspects of the story that does not revolve around his pining over Aurora or Aurora's pining over Cal. And it's just, I think the love subplot just takes up way too much space in this book. It just continuously, they just ignore a lot of things just to focus on the romance. They're in dangerous places and dangerous things are happening, but Cal would just keep thinking about Aurora, and it's God. The POVs for Cal and Aurora are just the same crap over and over again. I honestly kind of gave up halfway through the book. I just started skimming by then, and it was just continuously they will switch to a different character POV, but it will just somehow still be about Cal or Aurora, or just something really light and fluffy when the situation's not light and fluffy. this review is going all over the place. I'm just like saying whatever is popping up in my head. So I think I had another critique about the plot was that like they actually reused elements from the first book in the second book. Like, I think this is their second or third time they went undercover, like, at a party, and Finian's doing some Hacker Man stuff. I don't know. And just, like, things, like, there's just continuously, like, this book brings nothing new. Like, I was not surprised by any of the plot twists that they threw in there. And like, I don't want to spoil everything, but I do want to say that like, if you think of the characters from this series as characters from Avatar, you already figured out who the bad guy is and what's his relationship to like some of the characters in the second book. Anyway, yeah. It's just, everything just, oh my god. Another thing I really didn't like was how Aurora would literally just be like she has powers, and they established that she's a very strong, like, she has magical powers and she's like super strong, and they established that, right? But it's almost like they use her too much. Like, they will find themselves in a sticky situation and everyone's like, holy crap, how do we get out of this? And then Aurora would just blast people away, and that's how they get away. And this happens like several times in this book, like to the point where when Zila saved people, like she was the one who did the saving and not Aurora. I was like, holy crap, finally someone else other than Aurora did something and saved their asses. Like, I don't know, maybe it's because I skimmed the entire like latter half of the book because I just got so bored and it was just so predictable that I just couldn't, I don't know. Yeah, like, if Cal's speaking in this book from his POV, it's just gonna be about Aurora. If Aurora's speaking, then it's just gonna be about Cal. Maybe sprinkle in some stuff about, like, you know, the big evil they have to fight. But it's just, nothing was really brought to this book. I didn't particularly enjoy it at all, really. I will have to say, one of the most shining, like, the best things about this book is when they introduce like Cal's sister. She has like a very interesting relationship between her and her brother, obviously, but also her and Tyler. And yeah, and not to spoil anything about that, but that was like Tyler's POV, like towards the like last 1/8 of the book, were the only things that were keeping me from like closing my book and not finishing the series. I do have to say though, I am very much disappointed once again that they have LGBT characters yet do nothing with them. Because, for example, and this is a huge spoiler, Zila is actually lesbian or bisexual, but like, you know, she has interest in girls, but they don't really do anything with that. Once again, like, she doesn't have a love interest, she doesn't talk about girls, she doesn't talk about like anything really, like, other than just like 1 or 2 throwaway lines, like, yeah, like, I'm interested in girls, like, that's it. Now, I'm not saying that like in order to be gay or have a gay character, and in order to like validate their gayness, they need to have a significant other of the same sex or whatever. That's totally not what I'm saying, but I do wish that, like, instead of just having those characters in there and having them be alone, like, I think that's like kind of stupid and it's a wasted opportunity, right? Zila is a great character and she has like a tragic backstory, but she doesn't really connect with anyone in this book. And that was like one of my critiques of the last book. I don't remember if I said it in the video, but she just is there. Like, she's just there to be like a smarty pants scientist person. and that's it. Same goes with Finian. So Finian's like pansexual or bisexual, and he constantly makes comments about how Cal and Tyler and Scarlett are both very attractive people. Scarlett are very attractive people, but yet he is only truly attracted towards Scarlett, has a huge crush on Scarlett, and I even thought like maybe Scarlett could be like bisexual or lesbian, bisexual, but again, nothing happens. Finian and Scarlett share a kiss at the end of the book, and I'm just like, what's the point? How, like, I wish something could be done other than like just having like two token gays and then like they're just there, and like I don't know, it was just like a lot of things are like so obvious, and like the plot twists aren't even really plot twists, like they're not enough. Like one of them I didn't really see coming, but like it just felt like kind of cheap by the time that we got there, and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess that's how you did that. But anyway, back to my theory and of this tweet that said that like the crew of Aurora Rising and Aurora Burning are just ATLA. Tyler is Katara, Aurora is Aang, Cal is Zuko, Azula is Cal's sister, whose name I can't remember, Finian is Sokka, Toph is Ziva, Scarlett, you can like, Scarlett's Sokka's girlfriend, like the Kyoshi warrior, whose name I can never remember, but she's that. And then Kat is like, kind of like, yeah, she's nothing. She died before she was given a role for ATLA, unfortunately. But yeah, I really hope she doesn't come back alive, because she'll just ruin Tyler's entire character development, which really wasn't much. Anyway, that's what I have to say about Aurora Burning. It was not great. I think give it like 3 out of 5 or 2 out of 5 stars. I'll read the 3rd book, or maybe I'll just like skim through it really quick, just so like I have things I want to confirm that I would like to not happen in the 3rd book. So there's that. Bye. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe, comment if you strongly disagree with me. I don't know. Who knows? I am sure a lot of people like this book, but oh, let me just add in like one little tiny thing. So like the banter in this book, like to like keep up the image that they're all really good friends and camaraderie, there's like camaraderie, whatever crap, and they're like super tight, it's like it kind of falls flat. It's very surface up level, and like they try to write in moments where Finian will like, because Zila won't display emotions like a normal person, and like we already know how Tyler and like Scarlett will like display emotion, but like Finian was one of the characters that they wrote as like you know, tearing up about Cat or something, and it's like they barely talked in the 1st book. I don't know, like it just felt so fake and so forced for you to like have to force one of the characters that never talked to Cat to like care about Cat. And it's like Cat was such an asshole to Aurora most of the time. I mean, she was like a huge asshole straight up, but she definitely was jealous and opposed Aurora like many times. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Goodbye.